Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, another day and yet another lie of Meghan Markle's being exposed. And this time from Dan Wooten posted from GB News. They dropped a truth bomb that we already all knew, but that finally it seems the mainstream media is coming out with it.
Who paid for her private education while her mother was in jail.
When was her mum in jail? When was her mum in jail?
Years ago.
Didn't know that.
Do you want me to give you the precise date?
Oh, yeah, her mother was in jail, yeah, years ago. You know, just casually, limited hangout, dropping it, something that now I covered this topic, I mean, as many others have over the years, because we all knew this was the case. And I have on my Odyssey channel back when I constantly being deplatformed. This is a video I made in February 2019 on the topic, and more evidence that I found that proved in my opinion, that Doria Ragland went to prison. And this, of course, exposes the lie of Meghan Markle, who claimed that she was raised by her mother and all this BS. So here we go. This is my video here. More proof that Meghan Markle's mother went to prison. Little researching into Harry and Meghan, and I was thinking about how they are one of the wealthiest people in the world, right? They live a lavish lifestyle that few else could ever even dream of. Living in a 9-bedroom mansion, taking private jets to Katy Perry concerts and to just jumping on their private jet and flying all the way to Jamaica for a movie premiere. They don't work. Harry plays polo all day. They do nothing except the occasional PR stunt for Invictus Games or something, but other than that, they do absolutely nothing. They do not work, okay? And yet these people had the nerve over the past 4 years during a pandemic to complain and whine and act like victims. And one of the highlights or lowlights of their alleged victimhood was to have their Sussex squad raise money for their charities. And this article was talking about it in June 2021, in the middle of the pandemic, while people were getting shot up with poison, death shots, and being censored from YouTube and Twitter if they dared to speak about their injuries, and Facebook. So these victims of this death shot were screaming for help and being censored off and horrendously crimes against humanity. And at the same time, Harry and Meghan are saying, "Poor us! Oh, donate money to our charity." Their Sussex squad was attacking people, getting them deplatformed off of Twitter and YouTube, and also trying to make themselves look good in the press by saying, "Look, we raised money for Archie's birthday for these charities." So it was so disgusting and evil all happening at the same time. And so this article is from June 2021, like I just said, and it was about Sussex Squad raising money for charities in Harry and Meghan's honor. It was Meghan was allegedly about to give birth to a daughter, which we all know she didn't give birth to nothing. But I was looking at this. So they used they called it a viral hashtag Sussex baby shower and hashtag Archie's second birthday to raise funds for charities associated with the couple. So I thought, look at this. People are out of jobs. They're being shot with death shots. We're under attack. The borders are wide open. And these idiot Sussex squatters that we now know are paid for by Harry and Meghan, we're trying to get people to donate their hard earned money to this fabulously wealthy couple that, Meghan wearing outfits worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Sussex Squad allegedly raised 73,000. Well, Meghan could have donated one of her handbags and gotten more money raised for a charity. You see what I mean? It was so disgusting and despicable, and during a pandemic. I mean, the whole thing was just so evil from beginning to end. And so I was like, I was just out of curiosity going back and let me look at these charities again. What are these charities that the Sussex Squad was stealing money from people, in my opinion, to allegedly donate if the money actually went there, which I would question. So the charities that the criminal Sussex Squad, uh, acquired money in Harry and Meghan's name was Baby to Baby, Homeboy Industries, Loveland Foundation, and the Mission Continues. So I looked through each website, just looking who their board of directors were and whatnot, and two of them stuck out to me: Baby to Baby and Homeboy Industries. And I inadvertently came across what looks like proof that Doria went to prison. More proof. I haven't really delved into the Doria prison thing because, I don't have access to legal documents. I can't, figure that out. I'm not going to bother. I'm not that research minded. But, I just happen to, we all know that she went to prison, but nobody has the proof of it. Nobody can talk about it. Samantha Markle won't address it. Thomas Markle Jr. won't address it. Even Tom Bauer, for legal reasons, won't address the issue. So there is some kind of legal hold on people from discussing the fact that Doria went to prison. I firmly believe she did, but yeah, I think I have proof here, more proof. But anyways, so I was looking at these charities. So the two that stuck out to me, Baby to Baby and Homeboy Industries. So which one is this? That's the Mission Continues. I looked through the board of directors of Mission Continues. I couldn't find really a connection that Meghan and Harry would, I couldn't find anything questionable there, but I'm gonna go to, where is it? Baby to Baby. Oh, here we go. Baby to Baby. So here's Baby to Baby website. All right. And look who's on the board of directors. You can see from the top there. Our board of angels. Just look at the picture of the angels. Kim Kardashian's right there, front and center. Right. She's one of the angels on this. So the board of directors included people like Jessica Alba, um, other stars here: Nicole Richie, Kelly Rowland. So there's Rachel Zoe, a bunch of Hollywood stars. So these are Meghan's peers that she wants to look good with. And of course, Kim Kardashian is also heavily involved. So this was a major Hollywood thing that Meghan and Harry, remember, this happened back in 2021 before Harry and Meghan got the firm cold shoulder from Hollywood. So Meghan's trying to ingratiate herself on Hollywood and people like Kim Kardashian and others to try to get in with the clique. So, of course, this is why I believe they chose Baby to Baby, right? So it was a Hollywood thing. So this charity that the Sussex Squad raised money in Harry and Meghan's name, trying to get hard-earned money from people who are already struggling and out of work because of the either a COVID vax injury or because of the pandemic closing things down. And they're raising money for freaking Kim Kardashian, a billionaire, another billionaire. I mean, it's just ridiculous and disgusting and despicable. This is all just hobnobbing Meghan saying, "Oh, look, I'll donate to," because if we need to donate to money to anyone like Harry and Meghan or Kim Kardashian. You see what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it might be a good cause, but it's just disgusting that Harry and Meghan were doing this during a pandemic. All right, so the other one is is called Homeboy. We saw pictures of Harry and Meghan at Homeboy. So this is a charity for people who are formerly incarcerated, right? Who are looking for a job. It sounds like a great charity. I have no criticisms of that. But this is where the proof of Doria, I think, came out. Because founder is Greg Boyle, this gentleman here. And in an article, well, this is about her visit there. In the article about Harry and Meghan apparently spoke fluent Spanish, according to People magazine. No one has yet to hear it. Okay, so this article right here in Vogue, June 2020. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's American activism is already underway. So after months of laying low, so we're going back to 2020 now. After months of laying low in California, or at least trying to, Harry and Meghan are amping up activism. They stopped by Homeboy Industries, a nonprofit that works to improve the lives of formerly incarcerated in Los Angeles. Okay, so prisoners from Los Angeles. In addition to services like legal assistance, addiction recovery support, and job support, they also offer employment opportunities through their own social enterprise, two of which are Homeboy Bakery and Homegirl Cafe. Harry and Meghan spent time in those cafes with the workers. Okay. So blah, blah, blah. This part is good where I think we got some proof here. It says Harry and Meghan were there. They rolled up their sleeves, deeply engaged. It likely helps that Markle has known Boyle for a while. 20 years ago, Meghan attended one of the homeboy cooking workshops with her mother, Doria Ragland, where they made tamales. So this is a workshop for formerly incarcerated people 20 years ago, right? So if Megan was in 2020, how old is she? 39. So 29, 19, right about high school age, high school or so. And remember, Doria was never there and when she was in high school. So Megan just happened to know that of this place that does cooking and baking, food stuff. She attended it with her mother. So this would have been in high school age, going to a place for formerly people who are just getting out of prison to help them get a job, like maybe a yoga instructor, perhaps. I don't know. So here's more proof that there's no way you can tell me that this is just, oh, it just so happened that Megan and her mother had nothing else to do that day. They just decided to go hang out with uh, prisoners, ex-inmates. And I don't think you can get in there and do a workshop unless you are an ex-inmate, because that's the whole point of the charity is for prisoners. You can't do it unless you're a prisoner. So how, unless Megan went to prison, which we know she didn't at this point, maybe she will in the future. But at this point, no one, uh, you can't do this workshop and make tamales, and you wouldn't know Greg Boyle unless one of you went to prison. Now, in other articles, Megan tries to claim to cover it up by saying, "Oh, my high school Immaculate Heart was into this charity." No, no, flying. Because Megan doesn't say she went to the charity and knows Greg Boyle because of Immaculate Heart, right? It was her and her mother. Her and her mother went and attended a workshop there. So her mother had to have been a prisoner. So there's just more proof right there that slipped out there in 2020 in Vogue. So there you have it. So those two charities. Then I went back. I said, let's look at the proof that Doria wasn't around in high school. Here we had this came out in 2018, where a teacher came out describing her father as a kind, loving man amid the wedding drama. So the teachers from her high school all talk about how Thomas Markle, the lighting director, he set up the stage. He was such a wonderful dad. They never saw Doria. So Doria wasn't around when Megan was in high school. Yeah. So everyone knew, all Immaculate Heart knew Thomas Markle. They did never met Doria. That's been confirmed as well. So we've got Doria is nowhere to be seen at Immaculate Heart High School. None of the teachers know her, although they know Mr. Markle very well. And her Doria is taking Megan to ex-con workshops. So I just accidentally came across that. I was like, oh, there we go. So more proof that she went to prison. And just to, because I haven't been following all the details of what other people have on Reddit, St. Meghan Markle, there's a stream about Doria Ragland, proof of prison sentence question mark. So here's some of the evidence this person found. So evidence of Doria being in court because landlords wanted to evict her. Links to the records. No evidence of an arrest, though. Number two, so that they haven't found the court documents about it. But number two, Tom Bauer. Okay, Tom Bauer, the lawyer or barrister who thoroughly researched Harry and Meghan, confirms in his book and in an interview with Dan Wooten that Doria was a drug dealer and that she was absent from Meghan's life for 13 years. And he can't say why for legal reasons. So while he doesn't prevent evidence of Doria being a drug dealer, he's known for being reputable. He's done many biographies on famous people. His sources are airtight. That's true. Like he wouldn't say anything unless he had two or three, you know, pieces of evidence, and he's a lawyer, so he knows exactly what evidence he would need to defend himself from defamation because he writes biographies on people who he knows would sue him. So he's going to have an airtight evidence of this. He's been taken to court repeatedly and won. So people in the past have tried taking him to court. And he's won because he always makes sure, as a lawyer or a barrister, that he has all the evidence that for what he says. And he says Doria was a drug dealer and that Doria was absent from Meghan's life for 13 years, but just can't say why. So there's some kind of legal hold on him that he's not allowed. I don't know how that would happen. I mean, if you're an ex-con, I don't know, maybe, what I've noticed has been happening recently, and this just recently happened in New York. And California and New York have become very communists or socialists. And what just passed in New York, and I assume this is what passed in California, is the governor, the corrupt, evil governor, came out and said, from now on, all prisoners get uh, their sentences expunged, and no one can report on their sentences that they were in prison to completely clean their record, so that means if an employer is looking to hire someone who's been to prison and they do a background check, they won't see the prison sentence. They won't see that this person went to prison. So this was very controversial, but the governor passed it. The governor enforced it. Like from now on, they get a clean record. So what's happening in California as well, I believe, as well as New York, is that these people who've been to prison because it is hard to get a job, obviously. But charities like Boys, Homeboys, helped tremendously with job skills and job placements. But what's happening now is that you cannot tell if somebody went to prison or not. Their record is cleaned, and you can't find any evidence anywhere. It's hidden. It's I don't know what the legal terminology for it is, but you can't find it anywhere. And I believe that's exactly what's happening with Doria Ragland, Meghan Markle's mother, is they've completely hidden it. So I believe she went to prison, and I think it's quite obvious because lawyer Tom Bauer has said that, and we all know from multiple sources that Doria was a heavy drug user, always smoking the marijuana and whatever else was in there. So obviously, you got to be buying it, and she was probably also selling it, which would make her a dealer. And she was absent from Meghan's life for 13 years. 13 years. And it's just and the fact that she's also her and her mother are going to an ex-con workshop here with homeboys. So, and that's another charity that Sussex Squad raised money for, Homeboy Industries. So Meghan goes back 20 years with Homeboy Industries with her mother, not her father. And this is in high school when her mother was nowhere to be found, which was confirmed again by Tom Bauer. So we know for a fact Doria wasn't around. The only thing that makes sense is prison. I mean, those two stories just nail it for me. Last thing this person writes is evidence is I don't know if this paper is considered reliable or not, but they detail Doria's bankruptcies, which line up with court case testimony timelines. Says in 2002, Meghan was starting her acting career. Doria filed for bankruptcy, saying she had no property of her own, reported heavy credit card debt of $42,000. While recovering from bankruptcy, she had a landlord dispute in 2003. She had moved to a two-bedroom apartment with a friend, an exchange student, and her landlords attempted unsuccessfully to evict her. But that wouldn't send you to prison, though, obviously. So those are the only legal things that you can find. Like I said, if you've been to prison in California and New York, it looks like they just totally erase your record, so you can't find it. Even if you're a lawyer, you won't be able to find it. No background checks are going to reveal it. So sleazy, wealthy Harry and Meghan have erased quite a bit from their histories and hiding it and obfuscating it. It's all kinds of conflicting information, but that's quite clear to me that Doria went to prison. And just how disgusting it is that these fabulously wealthy people who do not work a day in their life and live in luxury and don't do anything and yet have the nerve to try to say, look at us, we're such poor victims. Look at Meghan crying on Netflix. Oh, someone in the royal family allegedly asked about Archie's skin color. Oh, it's like, are you kidding me? Just go get on your private jet again and go fly somewhere else. You'll forget about it. It's such a joke. It's such an evil, satanic joke because it's like they're upsetting people during the pandemic. They were upsetting people and throwing around racism during a pandemic and asking people to donate to their friends' charities, to Kim Kardashian charity and Doria prison uh, charity, while they're giving you lies upon lies and falsely accusing people of racism, the royal family, and abusing her father, Thomas Markle, and disparaging him while he's in the hospital with a heart attack or stroke. I mean, you just see it all piles up at how evil Harry and Meghan are. They're beyond just liars and drug takers. I'm sure they're doing drugs like Doria did. I mean, they're just so evil. So there you have it. That was from 2024. It's on my Odyssey channel if you're interested. Did a reading about that there. And so now today on Dan Wooten show, or on GB News, I should say, they came out with it again and said that, get my camera up here. They came out with it again. Like I showed in the first clip. They said, "Oh, Doria went to prison. Yeah, like no big deal. We're just gonna release it now." That's what I want to look at. Now it appears that they're trying to drum up the passion with Thomas Markle and his condition. So I'm wondering, did GB News, are they what's behind this dropping the bomb and confirming on mainstream media that Doria went to prison? Why are they doing this now? Are they going rogue? Is GB News going rogue? Are they like, screw it, we're not being silent on this anymore? And look how Meghan's treating her father. She's so evil. We're just gonna put the truth out. And this would just be the first one because, of course, they haven't started with the baby bump yet. Waiting for the baby bump truth bombs to drop. Meghan faking her pregnancies, but I guess we can start with the Doria one. So many lies with these two, right? Yeah, so let's see here. Why did GB News, why did they decide to let it out now? Let the cat out of the bag? Are they going rogue or have they been given permission? Um, things are pretty tough there in Great Britain nowadays. You say anything, you retweet a tweet that the government doesn't like, they come and arrest you, right? I mean, it's like tyranny. It's the globalist technocracy tyranny coming in there. Yeah. And yet they're dropping the truth bombs though, so I was surprised of all times. So maybe they're reaching their wits end and they're like, screw it, put it all out there. Truth, put the truth out there. Let's find out why did GB News, why did they release this now? Why did they allow it out? Or was it a mistake? Did she really just slip up and like, oh, did I just say that? Oops. That happens too sometimes, even to the best of us, especially when you're talking passionately about our sick father and whatnot, which is a topic that many of us go through. Everybody goes through, parents, and it's very emotional. And yeah. Hmm. Why do they drop the truth bomb now? Are they going to drop more? Are they going to get into the fake belly bumps? Yeah. Let's see here. Shuffle for a little bit. Why did GB News put the truth out that Doria went to prison? They suffering for ratings? Maybe they just want more ratings. Things have been too slow. They're like, we need to put something out there. Let's find out. Why did GB News let slip the truth that Doria went to prison? Let's see what the cards show. Oh, there goes my camera again. My apologies. My camera was working so well yesterday. At least my chat's working today, right? Got that up and going. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Okay, here we go. First card we get, oh, King of Swords. So King of Swords, you can see as an organization. This would be a news organization. And my stupid camera is going to be the end of me here. Um, this would be a news organization telling the truth. So they did finally come out with the truth. GB News is compared to the rest is probably the closest usually to putting the truth out. I mean, that is where Dan Wooten used to work, right? So it looks like they want to tell the truth, and they dropped it now. Oh, look at that. So yeah, they're finally doing their jobs correctly, and it does look intentional. I have to say, this doesn't look like a oopsie. This looks like she's got her choice. You see the woman picking the coins off the tree. They do need to pick up their ratings, I think. And also, I'm getting that there's so many things, so many lies of Harry and Meghan to be exposed. They just decided to get the lowest hanging fruit, which is Doria, right? Why hasn't Doria visited her ex-husband who's in the hospital near death getting his leg amputated, right? You think you would hear something about that. Yeah, she never really loved him or nothing. Oh, Four of Swords reverse the criminals here. I think that the criminal activity of Meghan and Meghan's mother, the ex-con here. Wow, doesn't that change the story quite a bit? An ex-con mother there sitting there at the royal wedding. And the criminal daughter marrying into the royal family. I mean, what a scandal, right? This is such a huge scandal. Yeah. Yes, yes, Duchess of Dove. The energy says it's dark stuff. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Canada is not far behind. Yeah, everywhere. Australia, Europe, everywhere's falling to the technocrats and their tyranny. People don't mass non-compliance. People do not comply. The basis of it all. Ooh, Five of Cups. Very, very unhappy here. So yeah, GB News is this was very disturbing to the woman. I kind of see the fires behind him as the Lahaina fires that Meghan and Harry trounced around in, pretending to be doing something when they were just gloating over destroying people's homes. Remember that in January, just a year ago, January 2025, start of the year. But anyways, I do get that the base of it, they're very unhappy. This woman is obviously very unhappy with the situation, and she just decided, you know what, I'm putting the truth out. It's just one little thing. She just mentioned it, like, just passing, like, oh yeah, she was in prison. Yeah. I think that she got overwhelmed emotionally a bit with the story and let it slip. But I think that she did it intentionally. But I get that she's pretending to have done it by accident. Trent caused it. Oh yeah, judgment. Yeah, they're ready. They're like, we're going back over things. See, judgment is moving on to the next thing, and reversed, I take it as going back over previous judgment. You can look at that as a court judgment of Doria, but also just going back over things from the past that Harry and Meghan need to be held accountable for. All their lies, so many lies that the press has been giving them a pass, right? And so they've decided, you know what? If Meghan's father dies and whatnot, and it looks like he may, I don't know, but I don't want to go into that one, but he is near death, and the fact that she's being so despicable and criminal, they're like, oh, enough is enough. Enough of protecting this evil woman. And so what are they expecting from this? What are they expecting? Oh, Seven of Wands reversed. Yeah, so they're expecting to be attacked by the Sussex Squad and by Meghan's PR, globalist controlled PR there. So they know this is gonna be a big brouhaha. And I get that they know that they're gonna be overwhelmed with people, attacking and criticizing this and her, right? So she knows she's bracing for impact. You put the truth out there, and this is the King of Swords telling the truth up here. She's telling the truth. But you put the truth out and you get deplatformed, you get fired, you get the Sussex Squad harassing you, and all sorts of attacks. So the globalists don't like the truth. They only want their lies out there. And for some reason, Harry and Meghan, well, not some reasons, because they're with the globalists, they get to lie and lie and lie with impunity, and nobody or very few people, but even Tom Bauer set up for legal reasons. I can't discuss it, even though he said he confirmed Doria was not in Meghan's life for 13 years. Just shows how Harry and Meghan have been protected here from the truth. So, what does GB News want to avoid or not want? 5 of Wands. Yeah, they're sick of the back and forth and attacks of Meghan against her father and the family and the royal family, and it's constant. And they wanted to say it in such a way that they wouldn't have to debate with one of Meghan Markle's Sussex Squad members. Like, Meghan's got a lot of her PR people, like the weatherman and whoever else that supports Meghan, right? Because it seems like on GB News and other places, they always have a pro Meghan Markle and a person telling the truth. So they'll get one of their left wing, brainwashed people to just vehemently support Meghan no matter what. And they didn't want to do that. They wanted to drop it in such a way that now apparently this woman was speaking to a Meghan Markle supporter, although I can't imagine that guy really supports her. They're just acting that way. But she dropped it in such a way so like it wouldn't become an argument going back and forth and showing proof like I just did. Instead it was just like, oh yeah, well yeah, she went to prison. That's all. I just mentioning it in passing, because they didn't want to make it a big debate on the show. They just wanted to mention it and move on to the next thing. And she quickly tried to go on to, her father. Yeah, Dutch is a dub. Perhaps their viewers will report the story as missing. Oh, they're going to go to Ofcom. They're reporting off. That's what the Sussex Squad are doing right now. You know it. They're going to Ofcom. They're going to try to get the license taken away. They're going to try to get her fired. They want to get that white woman fired. That they hate white women. Oh my God, middle-aged white women. That's the target of Christopher Boozy and his Sussex Squad. They're in a Discord right now, planning their attacks. All right, everybody, go to Ofcom and report it and say this and blah, blah. The troops are all getting together now, the BLM Antifa group. They're in their Discord with Christopher Boozy right now saying, get her, because they went after Catherine when she was ill. Now they're going to have a hashtag. They're going to figure out what hashtag on Twitter or whatever that they want to use. They're very organized about it, right? They're a terrorist cell. So they're very organized in how they attack. So they're definitely going to be gunning for GB News right now. And GB News expects it. They know they're bracing for the Ofcom reports as we speak, because that's what these BLM globalist trolls do for Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan's militia, their Sussex Squad. So what GB News hoping for? Magician reversed. So they're hoping they want to expose Meghan's globalist controlled public relations firm here. This is Meghan with her public relations, putting out the lies very powerfully, major arcana, and they're going against that. They're saying, we're sick of these lies. Meghan's a disgusting, despicable person. Look how she treats her own father. That they're sick, that there's GB News is coming out with the truth. They're like, we're sick of, dealing with the abuse and lies of this PR firm. They've gone too far. Yeah. So stupid camera. Apologies about the camera. So how do they see Meghan Markle right now? Oh yeah, they want the truth out about her. Yeah. This is the truth right here. Yeah, that they want to come out with more truth, I think. They're like, there's much more that needs to come out about her. And they're ready to do it. This is just the beginning. This is the first truth bomb dropping down. I think they want to do more, but we'll see in the next 2 cards. Yeah, they want the truth to come out about her. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. They've had it. They've had it. They're going back over the past. They're going to be dropping the truth. And they've got a lot of truth bombs in the tree here to pick from. And they're going to make some money from this too, because they're the only ones doing it. So if no other news site refuses to do this, GB News will do it and they'll get all the views. So what's going to happen next? Empress. Ooh, this is going to grow bigger. This is going to expose Meghan's trad wife. And it's also giving her attention too, though. Of course, this is all publicity. Even bad publicity is good publicity. So this is going to grow the story about the mother. This is the mother card. And I noticed Doria has disappeared, right? Nobody knows where she is. It's like she's totally disappeared. Maybe this will drag her out to finally be challenged to say something, but she never says anything, does she? Doria does the royal don't complain, don't explain, right? But I think there's going to be more attention on Doria here, the mother. Why isn't the mother in the kitchen with Meghan, teaching her old recipes and or some of the recipes that they learned from their boy to boy or whatever that charity was? I mean, didn't they get a lot of good recipes for tamales and stuff? And I asked, will they be dropping in the future truth bombs about the fake pregnancies? And I'm getting a yes. I'm getting there's a coordination here. There's going to be more truth bombs coming out here. And I think those fake pregnancies will be coming out as well eventually. I didn't ask exactly when. I just asked if it would come out. So one day, one fine day, we will be, we will finally be recognized for knowing the truth all along that Meghan Markle never gave birth to anything. So brace for that. That's going to be a big one for sure. Everybody's going to be touting about that one. Yeah, so this is from GB News perspective as to why they did this. They're very unhappy, very, very unhappy with everything going on with Meghan's PR. They're done with it. They're done with Meghan's truth. They're done with her attacks and her Sussex squad. Even though they're bracing for it, they expect it. They don't care anymore. They don't care. They're like, you know what? This is the time to go for them, right? They were waiting for the right time to go after and expose the truth. They were waiting for the right time to come out with it. And this, with Thomas Markle critically ill, was the time. So the timing is perfect. And to that Meghan cannot get any, Meghan's at a lower than low, her despicable behavior towards her father. So this is the time to jump on and be like, okay, and there's another thing Meghan's despicable about, lying about. So how does Meghan Markle feel about this truth coming out on GB News? I'm going to look at her as well. Let's see. Did she expect this? How is she feeling about it? And Meghan's trying to sell her rabbit food chocolate right now. How disgusting, that woman. I just can't deal with her garbage. The ridiculousness. She is nothing but a fake, a fraud, just mimicking, mocking true, Martha Stewart influencers. Meghan's there doing the satanic version of Martha Stewart. Yeah, unbelievable. So Meghan Markle. How's she feeling about GB News coming out? And they're just starting the slips. Oops. Doria went to prison. Oops. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, well, it happened. And Meghan and her fake belly bump. Oops, did I just say that? Oh, whoops. What other lies were there? Those are two big ones, I think. The fake belly bumps, the fake pregnancies, and the mother going to prison. Trying to think if there's any other big lies that Meghan is behind. Let's see here. How's Meghan handling this? Is Meghan gonna freak out? Is Meghan in discord with Christopher Boozy and planning and plotting the destruction of GB News? Let's see. How's she handling it? This kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. They dropped this bomb, right? This truth bomb. This came out of nowhere. They decided to do it right now. While Meghan's pretending that she reached out to her father, whatever that means. Mm. All right, I think we've shuffled enough. Let's see. Meghan Markle. How's she reacting to this? Let's see what the cards show. What you gonna do about it? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's very, very, very unhappy. Oh, she's spitting nails. She is angry. She is swearing and throwing. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. She's in a very dark place. I'll tell you what. Ooh, you couldn't have gotten her. This really, really. Wow. They got GB News got Megan in a way that very few people can, because remember, all Megan cares about is her PR, right? All she cares about is what they're saying about her in the press, because Megan's a malignant narcissist, psychopath, whatever. She's obsessed with what the media says about her. So this is like the worst thing that could possibly happen in the world for Megan. Even her father dying pales in comparison to the mainstream media exposing her and her mother, that Megan tries to portray as a saint that raised her. And of course, total lies Megan told. The bottom of the deck, temperance reversed. Yeah, she's losing it. She's probably drinking her wine and drunk as a skunk as well. She's flipping out, mentally ill over here. She's emotionally dysregulated. Yeah, she is completely losing it. And I often see this as a fallen angel as well, too, I think she is, getting her Satanists in a row, her Sussex squad and Christopher Boozy, and planning some very evil revenge here, because we all know she's vindictive and she loves to get revenge on people. And whoa, yeah, GB News has got it coming for sure. She is beyond pissed. She wants to kill somebody. The basis of it, oh my God. Wow, these cards are speaking very clearly today. Yes, and I was just saying, Megan's getting together with her witch friends, and they are in her cabal there, and they are, she is going to be raising all kinds of hell as only Meghan Markle can. She is beyond angry and fuming and furious here. So woo! Well, they raised the evil here big time with Megan. She is as evil as they come, and she is ready. She is furious. She is having what is it when a narc rage? I guess they call it. She's having she's full on narc rage right now. She heard it. She was doing her chocolates and thinking that she was passing as a Martha Stewart with her rabbit food, and then this happens, and she's like, "What the?" So she's trying to push her poisonous food on people, thinking she's passing off herself as the mother here, the mother figure here, and instead she's getting it left, right, and center with her father, and now this about her mother. So yeah, so this is huge. Was not expecting it. She was not expecting it. So what's she expecting from all of this? Well, yeah, she wants to spin that narrative as quickly as possible. She's like, how can I spin this? How can I spin this? In the mainstream media, she definitely doesn't want this gaining traction. So she's working with her PR down here in her Sussex squad and figuring out how do we spin this around in my favor? Quick, what else can I post a video on Instagram about? What else can I? Apologies to the camera. What else can I get into? What stunt can I pull next? Should I walk across a parking lot? Should I pull out some Archie and Lilibet or something? We'll see. Megan wants to spin this narrative, though. She wants to change it real quick. Maybe she'll whip out a Christmas card or pictures of the back of the kids' heads. I don't know. Have to wait and see. But what's she afraid of or not want? Yeah, she doesn't want she doesn't want this divisive. No, what does she not want here? She doesn't want more coming out for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna sit on that one. She wants to stop everything, but she doesn't want people thinking about it. Like this is a card of rationally thinking about things and the truth, and you've got two pieces of truth here that she's weighing and thinking about. So I'm thinking she doesn't want the truth coming out. She doesn't want people thinking about this and contemplating it and going back like I just did with my video showing all the evidence out there pointing to the facts that it all adds up, especially those early articles in 2020, 2021, that the truth came out here and there by accident, right? Early on. So what is she hoping for? Yeah, well, of course, she's hoping that she can, she's going to beat them down with the Sussex Squad and make all kinds of, racist accusations. That's going to be, it's always the race card with Meghan. So she's going to attack with the Seven of Wands up here. But then Meghan's going to be trying to portray herself as the, victim, and everyone should support me and my Sussex Squad. So she's hoping, this is what she's hoping for. She's hoping that somehow she can successfully portray herself as a victim of her and her mother, but mainly her, of course, and use her Sussex Squad to beat down GB News and anyone else who puts the truth out. And try to make herself look like a hero at Invictus or something. So how does Meghan see the GB News? Oh yeah, she's Meghan's calling the head of GB News right now, and she's like, "You better take that white woman off. She's a racist. You better do something about this." So Meghan's on the attack. She's making the phone calls. She's trying to get people fired. That's what Meghan does. She goes and gets people fired, particularly journalists fired from their jobs. That's what Meghan's all about. Meghan and Harry. Yeah, Meghan is full on fight mode here. She's on the phone with Christopher Boozy. She's on the Discord with Sussex Squad. She's gunning him up. Get him, go get him, girls, go get him. So Meghan's got the Sussex Squad in her pocket. They're on a search and destroy mission now. Yeah, and she's going to be pushing out her more videos. I take this as Meghan with her fake, happy homemaker videos on her Montecito mansion here. So she's going to be posting up some more videos, Christmas type videos, trying to distract from everything. So behind the scenes, she's going to be this is what she usually does. She's very evil. She's with her Satanist pals. She's fighting and getting people fired, but then she pretends that, oh no, I've just been sitting in the kitchen making cookies. And me and my friends, like Chrissy Teigen and other lowlifes, we're hanging out making cookies and whatever else she does or pretends to do in the kitchen, moving pretzels from one bag to another and things like that. I don't know. I don't watch the show, so you can tell me what she's been doing or pretending to do in the kitchen. And the the long term. Look out! I see more truth bombs coming. I see it's over. It looks like it's over. There's gonna be more coming out. I think that I also take this as a, not always, but the lightning can be seen as evil, or you can see it as a William, a W. I think that there's gonna be more. I think there's gonna be more coming out. Meghan has not seen the worst of it yet. She's gonna start fighting, and she's gonna be trying to put it behind her. But then, boom, more is going to come out. That's going to take her down even more, her and Harry. Wow. So things are about, she's not going to see it coming. This is going to be like out of nowhere, just like this comment. So I'm thinking that this may just be the beginning of the truth bombs coming out about Meghan. Meghan's she's too evil. And the evil is, people are done with it. They're not supporting it, her and her lies and her evil. And our evil Sussex Squad who have not been held to account, just like the COVID criminals. I mean, so many criminals that need their comeuppance and their karma. And it looks like it's starting to happen here. And I do see more in the future. So I'd stick around. I think things are going to get more interesting as far as finally the truth that we've been saying for years. It's finally getting more and more revealed, and going to be taking out Harry and Meghan and their lies that they've built upon. This insanity that they've tried to build is falling apart. and fast. It's going to happen fast. All right. So, one last reading I want to do is about the royal family and how they feel about this. Are they supportive of this, or were they surprised as well? Yes. How does the royal family now, William and Catherine and the king and Camilla, how are they feeling about the truth bombs about Doria finally coming out? Everybody knows that, like, after the queen died, that's when things would start coming out. They're just waiting for the queen to pass, and then they didn't want to upset the queen anymore. Allegedly, is what I heard. I don't know, but they were waiting for this, I think. So let's find out. How did the royal family feel about GB News finally coming out with the truth? How do they feel about that, and what are they going to do about it? How does the royal family feel about it? Were they surprised, or were they behind it? Did they give permission? I don't know. Let's see. What are they gonna do next? We know they're not gonna say anything about it, but I'm sure they're very well aware. How could they not be? This is in the UK, right? This is their news sources. So and they know they have to brace for impact, because even if they have nothing to do with it, they know Harry and Meghan are going to blame them, right? So it affects them no matter what, even if they didn't see it coming either, right? So I have to wait and see here. I know, like, Meghan is like persona non grata to them. Let's see. How does the royal family? How are they responding or feeling about this GB News coming out with the truth about Doria Ragland going to prison? Let's see what the cards show. Hey, general situation here. Oh, the moon. Yeah, they know. They're like, uh-oh, things are going to be getting crazy now. The crazy couple are going to be getting crazier. They're expecting more salacious scandals coming out, because every time something like this happens, what happens? Meghan and her PR comes out with some nonsense article and accusing, them of something that, so that they're bracing for more scandals. They're like, oh, now what? Oh, Neva Batons, the Page of Wands. Yeah, so they're thinking, how are we going to handle this with the media? What message should we put out? Obviously, they're not going to say anything about this, but they are, in case something comes up, they're bracing for all eventualities here. And of course, the children, the scandal around the children, I think they're wondering about when that one's going to drop, or perhaps if they're behind it, they're wondering when they should drop it. Ooh, 5 of Swords reversed. Ooh, playing dirty here. I'm getting vibes here. The royal family may have, they may be supportive of this. If not, this is how the royal family feels. Like, this is the royal family, and this is the Sussex squad over here threatening them. I think they're done with it. I think they're like, you know what? It's about time we turned on the bullies. It's about time the bullies got their comeuppance. Base of it all. Oh, the magician. The PR here, making things happen. All about the PR. It's all about the scandal. Their own PR involved in watching this scandal erupt. Were they surprised, or did they have something to do with it? Ooh, 7 of Cups. I think they were a little bit surprised at the timing and how it went down. I think that, I don't get that they initiated it or gave the go. I think I'm getting the vibe that somehow somebody sort of asked for permission, but it wasn't very clear. And so they got a yes somehow, but it wasn't exactly that. But they took it as a yes and went ahead and exposed it, the lie. So I'm kind of getting this confusion vibe of somebody on GB News felt that they got permission, or could claim they got permission to give it a go, to go ahead and do it. There's some, confusion there because I know that the royal family does want to, um, you know, they want to fight back against Harry and Meghan, but they always want to make it seem like they have nothing to do with it. So so this could be intentional confusion in like making it seem like they had nothing to do with it. But their PR is on it, and they're watching it very closely. What are they expecting from this? 8 of batons. Oh yeah, they're expecting a lot more puff pieces to come streaming out about this and to blow up. And of course, Meghan and her Sussex squad, to particularly Meghan and her PR to come out. So they're bracing with their PR for the onslaughts of puff pieces that Meghan's going to be regurgitating. Because recently, right? Did somebody mentioned, and it's not the first time, but recently it seems Meghan's been putting out articles comparing Doria to the Queen. And I kind of get the vibe that may have been the last straw. Like, okay, if you want to lie, you lie about the pregnancies, you lie about your mother going to prison, you lie about your father harming you and whatnot, abuses. You lie about the racism. Like Meghan's gotten away with lie after lie after lie. She lied about her age, right? But comparing Doria to the Queen, maybe that was like the last straw. They were like, okay, you've gone too far. You're comparing an ex-con to the criminal drug dealer to the Queen. I think they may have been like, you know what, this one we're letting out. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do it at Mother's Day. They should have done it on Mother's Day. What are they afraid of or not want? Oh, 5 of coins. Yeah, well, they're being sensitive, I think, to the king being ill and not upsetting him anymore with this nonsense. They also don't want to support Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan always have their hand out. They're leeches, and they're always trying to grub more money, especially Meghan. They're sick of them with their hands out. They don't want to support him anymore. They want to get him off. Want to get him off the royal list there. And what are they hoping for from this? Ooh, Knave, a Page of Swords reversed. Yeah, so they're hoping that Meghan's going to come out fighting and mess up and expose herself as being the nasty, lying witch she is. They want her and to expose herself and her Sussex squad lies. So I think that they want this. They want that they're fighting dirty here. They want to put them on edge on the defense, right, and to expose how nasty they are, rile them up. How are they seeing Meghan right now? I get the 4 of Wands reversed. Yeah, they see her as a failure, as out of the club. She is not part of their group, and they're sick of her, failures. She's a failure in the media. She's a failure on Netflix, a failure on Spotify. She just sucks. She thinks that she's this proud peacock. She thinks she's all that in a bag of chips, but you know what? She ain't nothing. She's a loser and nobody likes her. But they keep promoting her on Netflix. Even though she offers nothing, nobody likes her. So they're sick of her charade. And of course, she's copying William and Catherine again with the cooking, because that's what William and Catherine have done in the past, in the kitchen, cooking this and whatnot. So Meghan's like copying them again. So they're sick of her mimicry, her mocking of them, and they're copying them all the time. So what's going to happen next? What are they going to do next? Oh, Page of Cups. I'm getting Page and Page and Page. Yeah, so I'm getting that. Now those pictures that came out of William and Catherine with their children, I think, again, there is another example of the fact that, William and Catherine have no problems, showing their children and their faces. And yet, where's Meghan and Harry's so-called children? Why aren't they, So again, I think that I kind of get that they're putting out these pictures and more of them to get that question going, and also to hopefully expose it soon, which I think more is coming out. And I think that they're kind of taunting them a bit, like, where are the children? Are you going to show the children? Where are they? Now, 3 pages means a dispute. So, of course, they are arguing with each other. They are, antagonistic. And I think the children, the fake children or the real children from surrogates. That's definitely on the mind of the royal family, like if and when to start exposing that. And I think next they're going to be doing something with children or pertaining to Archie and Lilibet, putting something out to sort of poke the bear a bit more with Harry and Meghan on showing the children. Because I'm sure Harry and Meghan probably are not even planning on showing them in a Christmas card, right? Because a lot wasn't the last Christmas card; it was just Harry and Meghan, right? And Meghan does this holiday special, and there's no children in it; it's just her. So I think that they're going to be bringing up the children a lot more. That's what they want to do. That's what okay. That's what I'm getting with this is bringing up the lie of the children here. Yeah, that's what's on their mind next and going into the future. Exposing those surrogate children. Oh my goodness. Woo! End result. Exposing the evil here, exposing the Meghan Markle. Things are going to be getting more and more evil. Let me tell you, I'm getting the devil card twice today. Okay. This is going to be getting, and the tower. I take this as an excess of or secretively here. But I take this as, you could take this as, the devil, you're being chained to the devil, right? Meghan's the devil, and the royal family has been chained with her for a while, but now they want to release themselves from her. So that's one way of looking at it. Like, we're done with your evil, but Meghan's trying to keep that. And this is Meghan's card down here. She's trying to keep everything under control, Harry and the royal family. But the royal family is like, yep, time's up. We're done with you. We're making the break over here. Yeah, yeah. Things are going to be getting more and more evil and uglier behind the scenes. I think there's a lot of black magic and whatnot. We all know the Sussex Squad are Satanists, and so are Harry and Meghan and their group and their friends. So a lot of evil, battling evil here. That's going to be heating up into the future, and it's going to be getting explosive. I think this is just the beginning, is what I'm getting from this, and I'm not clearly getting like, all right, I'm getting that the royal family may be behind it, but you'll never be able to prove it with the moon in this. But I think that they are embracing it and fight, and they're taking it on and saying, "Let's do this. It's time." And they're going ahead because they want to get rid of Meghan out of the family and get things, get Harry out of her grips completely and end this thing already. They're done with it. They're done with the Meghan and Harry show. So it is going to be getting more interesting. I'm seeing here. They certainly are not. They're not concerned or upset about Meghan. That's for sure. Nobody is. Meghan is just, beyond low as it can go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dave Love. They were comparing Doria to the Queen, saying she's just like the Queen. There was some article somebody mentioned. I'm not looking it up. I'm sure if you want to look it up, Meghan's got all kinds of puff pieces out there of nonsense. So what are you gonna do? Yeah. Oh, the drama overshadows Andrew drama. Yeah. 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 I will be cleansing. Have no fear. Thank you, Duchess of Dub. I will be doing for sure. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's very evil today. Wow. The cards. I mean, not once, but twice I'm getting the devil. So look out. Yes, everybody, protect yourselves from the Harry and Meghan energy. Things are heating up here, getting very dark and nasty. All right. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, everyone, take care. Bye bye, everyone.